And we're back. Welcome back, everybody. It is time for the final game of the evening. It is going to be G5 versus TTF to see who's going to advance to the round of 16.
Yes, it is, and it's very, very exciting. Of course, one of these guys is going to be going out in just a few minutes' time, so they're going to be battling right to the death right now. Yeah, it's going to be intense stuff. I'm really looking forward to it. It is, of course, on the old classic fighting spirit. Everyone's going to be thoroughly acquainted with what kind of thing we're going to see here, but who can bring out their A game? Will it be the super old school G5, or will it be, I hesitate to say the new school, but will it be the perhaps more current TTF?
Well, here's the thing, right? G5 was known for his PVT. Like, that was his matchup. I mean,
Yep.
you know, he beat Boxer, man. He beat Boxer, okay?
So good.
Back when, you know, you can't, well, you could never really beat Korean pros, but he did it. He beat Boxer, and he actually beat Go Rush as well with Scouts. But this is a PVT, so the Boxer thing is more important.
Yeah.
And you see, G5, he's known for doing a bulldog strategy, which means that when the Terran fast expands, you attack him with a shuttle. You get a really fast shuttle, you put 4 zealots in it, and just make a bunch of goons, and you just bust his front by like dropping shuttles on top of the siege tanks.
Yeah.
So he's really known for doing that kind of strategy, and pulled off to great effect. So
It's the kind of thing which I'd like to see in a best of one game, because it's a really, really good shock strategy and can kind of come completely out of the blue. And it's actually quite easy to keep secret as well from your opponent until it's pretty much on top of them. So because it's combined with a decent number of dragoons and doesn't really have that many calling signs. So I'd like to see something like that, maybe even that come out from G5. I think it could still be very effective, even in this day and age.
It's funny that you say that, because it just made me realize that actually, when G5 was doing it, it was probably easier to disguise. Because in that time, I think it was probably more common to go for 2-gate and Robo just for observers as well, because that was like a very, very safe standard build. It can defend against basically anything like a 2-fact or anything like that. But in modern PvT, you basically never see 2-gate Robo anymore because it's inefficient. You don't need it to defend a 2-fact.
Yeah, it's really,
You
really
don't need it to
inefficient.
defend early aggression. So you can 1-gate expand. Or just 1-gate obs expand and still be fine. So I think it might be slightly harder to kind of conceal it, especially with his reputation as well. But we'll see what he pulls out of the hat.
Yep, let's find out. I'm completely ready to go, Sale.
All right, let's do it. The final set: TTF versus G5. Alright, here we are in the final set. At the top right as the brown Terran, we have IFU TTF. At the top left as the purple Protoss, we have G5.
We do indeed. So, the moment of truth. TTF or G5? TTF or G5? Terran or Protoss? It's going to be interesting
Crazy.
stuff. Yeah, it's going to be interesting stuff. I'm wondering again if we're going to see any kind of cheesy action right here. It looks like no early probe stuff happening as of yet, so we may have to wait a little bit longer to see if anything surprising is going to be pulled out of the old Brood War hat.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting because we've already seen a PvT today in the final set between Enjoy Me and Project.
Yeah.
So, oh man, phew. Good thing I remembered that. Anyway, so in that match we saw Enjoy Me go for the proxy single gate, when in fact the proxy 2-gate probably would have just won him the game.
Yeah.
But it looks like nothing like that from P5 so far. He has scouted after Pylon though, so going for a fairly early scout. Not sure if this, well, I think it's interesting in PvT. So normally I don't advocate going for such early scouts unless it's PvZ and you kind of need to. But in PvT, if you get an early scout in, like if he gets lucky and scouts first, you can do a lot of crazy probe shenanigans like gas steals and just harassing SCVs and whatnot. So I don't really mind this kind of early early probe scout as long as you have good multitasking and good probe control and you can do that kind of harassment.
Yeah, I think the early pro scout can be good against Terran. Usually, it says to me kind of an aggressive build. I mean, it looks like this probably isn't going to be happening here, but often you do the early pro scout in an attempt to block the Terran wall in. And we do, of course, have a wall in coming in from TTF, but it looks like there's not really going to be any opportunity to do that, especially since the Terran is going to get scouted last by G5.
Wow, this is very interesting by TTF. He has an SCV on this ramp really, really early to block.
Yeah.
That's crazy early. He basically put it there fast enough that if G5 scouted him first with a probe scout, he still wouldn't get in. And he has done a completely tight wall in, by the way. That's how you do it on Fighting Spirit. It looks a little bit weird, but that's how you have to do it to get the complete wall. Like if you do depot here, and then barracks, it's not tight. But yeah, that's very interesting, and maybe he just knows G5 style, because in the qualifier games, actually, I remember remarking that G5 did a lot of very early probe scouting in like PvP as well, which I didn't particularly agree with necessarily. But I guess that's just what he does, and it's not necessarily bad as long as he knows what he's scouting for. Like as long as that has a purpose, then well, I mean, by all means.
I would say that TTF's SCV positioning, especially so early, makes sense. Excuse me, sorry, my voice is really, really bad today, which is partly my own fault.
You're also robotic, which is not helping.
I'm robotic?
Slightly.
Okay, I'll try and really vary my voice so I sound less robotic. I'm sorry about that. I'll try and talk crazy.
Do an anti-robotic voice.
Yeah, I'll try and just speak really naturally and really flowing, and then maybe it'll kind of offset it. We'll meet in the middle.
Give us some poetry. Poetry. Robots don't know poetry.
What, because of their metal hearts?
Yeah, they don't have hearts, man. Haven't you read The Wizard of Oz? The Tin Man doesn't have a heart.
No, I haven't. Sorry, nor have I ever watched it.
What?
Busted. Yeah.
What? You don't know The Wizard of Oz?
No.
Elegant. Sorry. You're a bad person.
Every 5 minutes with people in my life, this sort of thing comes up, and they're like, "You never watched this as a child?" And I'm like, "No, I didn't have a childhood. Get over it." Well, that's not true. I had a great childhood. I just didn't have a TV, so I don't really know what I missed.
Elegance. Shameful.
I know. I did have Brood War though, so I'm happy.
Oh, okay. We're all good then.
That's what makes me the man I am today. The wreck. I have nothing but Brood War. That's not true. That would be so depressing.
In the meantime, looks like we just have a standard FD build from TTF, so I don't understand why he needed to do like a super early SCV block and a nice tight wall in. I mean, the wall in's okay. It doesn't really matter, but you don't need to do that when you're going for FD. Although, wait, did he cancel his mines?
Yes.
Is he building a second factory?
Yeah.
Nope. What's going on right now?
He's not.
Oh, we got 2-gate robo though.
Yeah, we got a 2-gate. Oh, hang on a minute. Yeah, wow, 2-gate robo. Could this be? Could we be about to see a 2-gate sale? A 2-gate bulldog rather. It could happen.
Yeah. I'm still trying to figure out what TTF's doing though.
He's making a lot of Marines, that's for sure. I mean, he's got 5-6 Marines and he's still pumping them. He's got at least 2 more Marines in the pipeline. He's able to take down one of the Dragoons quite early on. G5 maybe screwing up his micro a little bit. Probably shouldn't have lost the Dragoon to just Marines and one single tank. But he does have a shuttle in the making as well. Oh my god, is it going to be a robot? No, it's not. It's going to be an observatory. So we are definitely seeing a Bulldog here, guys. So we called this even before the game began. We're getting better with this old game, so.
I don't understand though. What is this build? Why is he not getting mines? Like, what if G5 went DTs right now? Like, what would he actually do?
Yeah, mine's also
he's got nothing. He would just insta die.
He must know because of the Dragoon count. Although he's hardly seen any Dragoon count. Oh, he gets an SCV into G5's main, and this will be a pretty recognizable build at this point. I mean, in this day and age, I can't imagine why anyone would do this if it weren't a Bulldog build, because as we've already mentioned, the old 2-gate robo for just obs is chronically inefficient, you know, by today's current standards.
Yep. Okay, so he's getting siege mode now. He didn't make any vultures, so I guess it makes sense that he didn't get mines, but still. Oh man. Oh, that's a scary force.
Yeah, this is really
G5's like, what's going on here? I'm supposed to be attacking you. Why are you attacking me? Get back in your base, silly Terran.
Yeah, you're not a right now. He's lost one of his Dragoons already. He needs Zealot support. The shuttle is still waiting in his main. He's got an observer out, but he's actually going to be forced all the way back. This is fascinating. And this is fighting fire with fire right here from TTF, and he's going to push G5 all the way back into his natural before G5 is able to get those Zealots in the shuttle and to get moving. Although maybe has TTF read this right? Because this is an odd way to be playing when you know that there's a Bulldog coming in at you.
TTF is either a genius or he's just accidentally doing something that's amazing. Because I'm pretty sure this is. I don't know. I mean, is he just countering the style?
Yeah,
Because G5 right now he's in huge trouble.
But this was TTF's plan all along, because that's why he's produced so many Marines. G5, I think, though, has kind of missed his window for breaking out of this. This is going to get difficult.
He's going to counter.
He is going to counter.
It's not going to work, though, because there's a full wall in here.
Yeah, there's no way this is going to work. G5 is suddenly in a very, very difficult position. If he'd have made one
this is so funny, because, I mean, because G5, I mean, he wanted to pick Group F because it had 2 Terrans in it. Like, he's supposed to be the master of PvT. And yet, he's gonna get taken out by TTF? It's unbelievable. Yeah. Oh, although this boss might actually do a lot more damage than I thought.
Yeah, the boss might actually do well because those zealots are able to pretty much take out those siege tanks straight away. The SCVs are being pulled offline. They're not doing an amazing job and lifting off the barracks as well in a slightly odd move, although I guess he knows that his natural expansion is not going to be lasting very long anyway. So he's actually forced to pull his entire natural expansion off the ground, and he's losing a lot of SCVs right now as well, and he's actually pulling his contain back too. So this is some serious damage control right now. How much damage will G5 be able to do before this is done? He's taking out so many SCVs. Oh my god, TTF losing so much in terms of his economy. He's got pretty much no SCVs left at all. Those zealots are just being so incredibly effective. What is even happening here?
God.
He's lost all of his SCVs.
He has to counterattack. It's an all-in. It's a base trade. The probes are off the line. I can't believe that was so effective. What's going on?
That's crazy. And we have a
25 supply. And look at this. G5's fine. Oh, he's making an archive. He's going to make DTs and there's no detection. He knows he's going to win because he's got no detection. Oh no, TTF. TTF done goofed. He done goofed. I thought his build was genius. And then TTF has left the game.
Oh, TTF. You bad man.
G5, baby. Hold on.
Oh, dear me.
That was amazing. Elegant, mute yourself for a second.
I can do that.
Stop it, you reset your brain like a wizard. When he games all night. What's up, loser sipping on his Jamba juice to feel alive. I wish I could paper toss like G5, like G5, like G5. I wish I could paper toss like G5, like G5, like G5. I wish I could paper toss like G5. Give him that zealot, give him that dragoon. Even if you macro up soon, you will still meet your doom. Get them hotkeys working. Your workers got storm drop. Now just type GG, kid, cause you got owned by a top. He'll say player, toss it up, bro, toss it up. When he's at WCG, he's gonna tear it up. He's gonna tear it up, gonna tear it up. When he's at WCG, he's gonna tear it up.
Okay.
It had to be done.
I just couldn't resist. That was too good. Oh man, ladies and gentlemen, that was of course the G5 rap. If you want to actually hear the whole thing, you can look up like G5 on YouTube. I think it's the second link or something. Wow. I thought TTF had it, man. I was like, oh, G5 gonna go out to a Terran. That's a bit embarrassing. And then boom.
Yeah.
Takes him out. No chance.
That was such a cock up by TTF. I mean, just going from a great position to losing the game basically to 3 Dragoons and 4 Zealots when he had it sorted.
Yeah.
He had it sus completely.
I was like, well, the Zealots will do damage, but because there's the engineering bay and barracks, the goons can't get in anyway. So I was like, oh, it'll be fine. Nope. But it was not fine.
Yeah. Usually SCVs are really good, but today
I don't know what happened. I think he
good.
maybe messed up his drills or something.
He must have done, or messed up his surround, or something. I don't know what, but something went hideously wrong in terms of his SCVs, and he just lost everything to 4 Zealots, basically. And TTF, man, to come so far, it's a bit heartbreaking.
But more importantly, Protoss wins.
Protoss wins.
Hey, so we have good balance today. 2 Zergs, 1 Protoss, 1 Terran advance.
Yeah, that's true actually. Wow.
Yep.
This is really evening itself out.
Good times, good times. So, yeah, if you haven't seen already, on the screen, Bakuryu and G5 advance from Group B, and they will join Technics and Project from Group A, as well as our 4 invites who are seeded directly into the round of 16. So far we've got eight of the round of 16. Yes, 8.
Yeah.
8. Yes, I can
So
add
walkover
numbers.
doesn't matter.
8. Good.
Yeah,
It's been a long day. Yeah, so we've got half our round of 16 already, guys. It's crazy.
Yeah.
But
Wow,
we have
okay.
2 more weekends. 2 more weekends. 4 more groups to play. They will be next weekend and the weekend after. No more rest for our players.
Yes, but unfortunately, I have to tell everybody that it will be a rest for me. I'm going to be absent for 2 weekends. I'm having to take care of some very important business elsewhere.
Yeah. He would tell you, but then he'd have to kill you.
Yeah,
And
exactly.
he wouldn't want to kill
Literally.
all 2,000 of you, so...
So I'm gonna very much miss casting to you guys for 2 weeks, but I hope whoever is my stand-in is good, but not good enough to permanently replace me, because this is all I got in my life.
Alright, so with that, let us give a final shout out to the sponsors before we close it out. Thank you,
Yes.
huge thanks to Razer and Twitch TV. And of course, huge thanks to Team Liquid and all the wonderful staff that are helping us behind the scenes. Of course, it's not just me and Elegant here. There's a huge number of people who are putting in a lot of time to make this happen. So many thanks to all of them. You'll get to see all their names in the lovely credit reel at the end.
Yes, indeed. And yeah, really, really appreciate it. I hope everybody shows their gratitude in any way they can to these guys who are supporting the Brood War scene and are bringing us Brood War epicness. So yeah, big thanks to all those guys.
Yep, so tune in at the same time next week, Saturday at 19 CET? No, 21 CET?
21?
It'll be calendared. 21
Yeah.
CET. That's it. It'll be calendared. It's featured event. It's good times. So next weekend, Group
Don't miss
C
it.
and D. See you next week.